Hello everyone, welcome back to another Trogley's Guitars video. This is Austin, and today we're going to be looking at a semi-watt player's grade custom from 1978, I believe. It is coming in this very nice chainsaw case, my favorite cases ever. I would take this over a brand new case. There are a few things to mention about this one though. It looks like a dog got to that latch and chewed it a little bit. And this latch, you might as well consider it broken. It still works, but it doesn't latch. It still holds it just fine. But the issue here is this is just really stiff. It doesn't move like it should anymore. So just consider this one done. The other ones, they still work just fine. You can buy replacement latches. I think about 30 bucks get you 3 new latches. And if you don't know, these have really nice padded handles. They're so much nicer than the 3rd generation case. And here we go. It is a 1978 Gibson Natural Custom. Now, it might look a little bit yellow. That's because this thing was played in, environments where there's things like smoke, sunlight, maybe not so much sunlight, but, the works. So the lacquer has aged on it, so it's kind of a more glorious yellow. You can see up here on the headstock, that's like about the worst of it. I have not cleaned this guitar yet. With a guitar like this, looking so worn already, I almost don't want to clean it and just leave that up to the buyer. However, if you're thinking about purchasing this guitar and you would like it cleaned before you get it, let me know and I can do that for you. Or, you can spend a little bonding time. Okay, let's get our normal setup here with our tree stand that I once again forgot to set up. I was playing this custom and I liked it. There's one thing that I will point out here in a little bit, what I didn't like, but for the most part I liked a lot about it. Alright, there's our normal look and into our video tour. Once again, the yellowed headstock looks pretty cool. As you can see, there's some really nice checking on that custom logo. It looks terrific in person. That's the other thing I love about this guitar is there's a lot of very uniform checking. You have to pay a premium nowadays to have that. I mean, there is some light fret wear, but nothing that really prohibits play. I will say you might want to get this guitar set up because this string, the G string, there's just a little bit of fret buzz. It doesn't come out through the amp, so you don't have to worry about it. But I'm just letting you know that that is something you might want to look at. The fretboard is very dirty. It's kind of sticky. I would at least clean that off. As you can see, it has not been cleaned. Let's see if we can get a look at this checking. I mean, just look at that gorgeous uniform checking. Absolutely perfect. Now, please note that this is not visible at all angles. I'm holding it at this angle for a reason. Because you gotta get up close and at the right angle, and then you can see it. So if you want to take a couple beauty shots without that on it, you can. That's what's nice. As you can see, there's a little bit of some dings up there. Also, I need to point out, under black light, it shows this one is not original. It does not fluoresce under the black light. I almost want to say this pick guard might be replaced too because this white isn't aged, but it's also possible they just took it off and put it back on when they decide to sell it. So yeah, from far away, you don't really see the checking. Up close, it kind of looks like flame in a way. Very nice looking. Let's take a look to the back. That uniform checking is everywhere on this guitar. It's on the back as well. A little bit harder to see it. Let's go back to this way. There we go. Gorgeous. As you can see, you know, there's some buckle rash, but nothing through the finish. Just some light scratches everywhere. I mean, from far away, yeah, you can see it a little bit. As you can see, the lacquer has worn off a little bit there. The other thing I gotta note is this is a crack. I mean, you can replace it if you want to. It's really not hurting anything. I have not opened this guitar yet. We're going to do that here in a minute. There is a little ding there. You can see this finish checking. And right here, you can see the finish has worn away from the guy playing it. Now, I would also suggest cleaning the back of the neck because it's a little bit sticky in my opinion. And that should come off with a little naphtha or something. Got a little ding right there. And your serial number, 1978. 243rd day of the year, 92nd in production for that day. Now, with a lot of these vintage guitars, people don't protect them, and this is what happens. That is hanger rash. That's when you hang it up on a wall, you know, like so, and then you don't invest in a proper hanger, and it eats away at the finish. Personally, I hate that look. Even though I'm all about originality and whatnot, you could sand that away and I think it would look better than this kind of dark color. I'd rather just see the natural wood there. Under black light, there is no repairs. That's a pretty good angle right there for the finish checking there. Alright. Everything works fine. It plays as it should. Besides that sticky neck thing, once you clean it, that'll be good. Is right here. The heel on this guitar isn't super big, so your hand slides right up. And this is a little pokey. I would not blame you at all if you just kind of sanded that a little bit to round it off. Honestly, that wouldn't hurt the value at all. I mean, some people might go, oh no, you shouldn't do that, but playability wise, I think that would be okay. Just sand it a little bit. As you can see, you know, it's a little bit worn away because, you know, the guy's hand was up here. And we got strap buttons up there, so you're going to have to replace those since those are strap locks. Unless you have one that works for it. Looking on the side here, you know, there's a few nicks and dings and whatnot. A little bit of the lacquer worn away. But overall, if you're looking for a nice worn-in custom that has a real relic job on it, I mean, this is your one. And a natural custom is pretty rare. So you can get a fairly rare finish for a relatively cheap price. Now, I have not opened this yet, so I'm going to put this down for a second, because I always hate it when I say, oh, it's all original, and then I open it up and it turns out something was replaced. But yeah, I was playing this guitar. It's a very nice custom. I enjoyed playing it. It didn't have very long because I had to go to work, but it plays and sounds terrific. But, you know, I mainly do blues, so I always have it on the neck pickup, personally. And unfortunately, I forgot to bring my little amp down here, so you will not have that video tour of the audio. But if you need that, you know, send me a message. I can whip something up for you real quick. Right. And of course, we got the shielding plate there. That's the other thing I forgot to mention of this guitar. It's really light for a Norlin era Gibson custom. Usually these are anywhere from 10 to 12 pounds. This one is like 9 pounds, 7 ounces or something. I'll have a picture of it. I know it's like a little under 9.5 pounds, which that in itself would make this custom go for a premium, because everybody wants that light weight, but without sacrificing the vintage of it. These things are always a pain to get out, but they take a little bit of time. But they do their job. And there we go. It looks like maybe we've had a little work in here. Or maybe it was a very sloppy job at the factory that day. Looks like we got 78, 78, 78. Ooh, and maybe a replaced pot right there. I guess I actually knew about that now that I think about it. So there you have it. There is one replaced pot, so it makes this player's grade condition. But it looks like all the pickups and whatnot are original. So once again, whether you found this listing via eBay, Reverb, My Les Paul forums, make sure you visit my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Troglys, TROGLYS. That is the place where I show you my best price on this guitar. Sometimes I think I maybe put them too low, but hey, I'm just trying to get you guys some great guitars. So if you got any questions about this 1978 Gibson Custom, let me know.